Man, let me go and get this video out. Excuse any background noise, anything. You know, when I make these kind of videos, I like to get in nature. Okay, guys. So a brother sent me an email and pretty much asked me, Coach. He said, "Man, I'm dealing with a female stalker." Now, most of the time I get emails like this, you know, it's usually a female being stalked by a guy. But nah, man. This brother's being stalked by a female. And you said, Coach, what suggestions do you have to make it stop? Okay, well, first of all, you can't put hands on her unless she's trying to kill you. I'm just trying to tell you, you can't touch her unless she's trying to kill you. And I'm not saying that, but that's what the police gonna say. I know, because I've dealt with this before. Okay, the only way that you can put a hand on her is if she's trying to kill you, literally. Because when you go to the police and you try to tell them that, hey, I'm being stalked by this female, they're not gonna even pay attention to that. What they're gonna do is they're gonna blow it off. They always do that. Because it happened to one of my buddies. Me, I'm probably a hard person to stalk because I'm so busy and I'm never usually in one place at one time for a long time, and I'm always moving. So it's hard for a female to stalk me. But I did have it happen to me once, and I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. Okay, so what happened, man? I was kicking it with this female, and you know, I was at a place, and you know, she was acting kind of funny that day, and basically she just told me, she said, you know, hey, Coach, I just want to be friends, and you know, I want to take a step back for a minute. I need to think about some stuff. You know, and I said, oh, okay, cool. So I got my jacket and left. That's all I said. I'm talking about when she said it, I was out of there in about 20 seconds. And she felt some kind of way about that. She legit felt some kind of way about that. And she didn't know how to take that. You know, because she's used to guys telling her, you know, like begging or pleading or, you know, dang, what's wrong? Like, what did I do? You know, I don't do that. If a female don't want to be with me, I'm at my age now. I'm in my early 40s, y'all. And I don't particularly care to waste energy trying to beg somebody to be with me when they don't want to be with me. I mean, it's wasted energy. That's my thought. And see, I was trying to spend some quality time with this woman, and I wasn't able to do that, but I was able to do it that day, and I put one of my clients on hold. And shoot, man, when I was leaving, the first thing I did was I called the client that I canceled, and I said, hey, can we still do this? And, you know, and the client, she was like, yeah, let's go, you know. So, I made my $200. I mean, I felt good. As I was leaving our house and as I knew that I was going to make $200, I felt good. I ain't think nothing about it. But I programmed myself, and I've done that because I've seen so many grown men just lose it. You know, they lose it over these females when the females don't want them no more. And I'm like, man, that's an opportunity. I felt the weight off my shoulder. I said, dang. I said, God, dog. I said, now I can run around here and do what I want to do. That's how I felt. It's kind of cold-hearted. People say that, but it is what it is. But she didn't like that. She felt some kind of way about that. Really did. So after a week, I ain't heard nothing from her. You know, then one thing, and I was just at my house chilling. I get a knock at my door. So she come, you know, she hit the door, and she said, you know, well, why you hadn't been trying to call me or reach out to me? Or, you know, I said, why should I? I don't need to. I mean, I've been busy. I've been working. So you haven't been thinking about me? I said, no. I mean, I'm really forthcoming, and I'm brutally honest. Okay, if y'all don't know that by now, I'm brutally honest. And I said, no, I'm not thinking about you. I got stuff to do. And you shouldn't be thinking about me. I told her, you got stuff to do. You know, you got business. You need some time. And I get it. I'm with you on that. Yep. But she couldn't accept that because she's used to men really throwing themselves at her. Like, she used to that. But I don't know, guys. Is that mean? Is that really bad for that to be a waste of time? Is that bad? Like, is that really, really, really bad for me to have that feeling like it's a waste of time? But it was. So, you know, she left. She rolled her eyes, you know, slammed her car door, and she did a burnout leaving my driveway. I said, God, dog, she doing a burnout. Like, you know, it wasn't even that serious. So a couple of weeks passed, and I'm at my house, and I'm chilling with this female at my house. So she come up to the door, and she looked in. She said, wait a minute, who is that? Who is that in there? No, she got to go. I said, she ain't going nowhere. I said, she chilling with me, yours truly. And she said, she got to go. So this woman picked up this big boulder-ass rock, and she was going to throw it in my house. I grabbed her arm. She dropped the rock. The rock, you know, broke into little pieces. And I grabbed her by her arm, and she was still trying to get in my house. I took her by the arm. I took her back to her car, opened her car door, and I put her in her car. I didn't do anything to her. I didn't hit her. I didn't manhandle her. I didn't rough her up. I ain't do none of that. I put her in her car and I closed her door. And I told her, you can't come in my house and you got to get away from here before I call the police. So she left. 15 minutes later, a police officer came to my door. Now, he said, yeah, man, I got a report. A woman called the police on you and said that you assaulted her. I said, I didn't assault anybody. He said, yeah, He said, yeah. He said that, she said that you assaulted her. I didn't assault her. I put her in the car and I walked her up. Now, I had seen a lot of friends get in trouble and get arrested for, assaulting a woman, and they ain't really assault the woman. The woman said that he assaulted her because she was angry at him. See, I learned my lesson. Well, me having a teenage daughter, I had a teenage daughter at home. I had cameras. I put cameras all throughout my house. And if you're a parent and you got a teenage daughter and you ain't got no cameras in your house, it's something wrong with you. Okay? I had cameras in my house. And I got a door camera. I got a camera in the living room. I got a camera in my bedroom. I keep cameras, in case somebody try to break in and, they start trying to steal stuff. It's just people breaking people's houses. And, when you have to put somebody down and you got to shoot them, you need a reason. Well, my porch camera was on. Okay? My porch camera was on, and you can pull the video up through my phone because everything I see is on my phone. And of course, I showed the officer. I said, "Look, I didn't manhandle her. I didn't touch her." And it showed her picking up the rock, and trying to throw the rock in my house. Well, okay, he arrested her. And of course, for that, they not gonna keep nobody. They probably let her out. They probably kept her in there for a few hours, then they let her out. But they arrested her. And I thought that, hey, that was gonna be it. That was the end of it. Well, no. Little did I know that my problems were just starting. Okay, they were just starting. So I started getting these little letters on the car. Like, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, do that. Can we talk? It went from getting these nice little sweet letters. She would like stop by my job and, just show up at the job unannounced. It went from that to, okay, the letters start getting a little bit more threatening. Like, ooh, I'm going to hit you with my car. If I ever see you, I'm going to run you over. Or, you better not have your back turned. And one time she said she was going to stab me. So keep all of that, okay? Anything that they do, you keep that. You keep it as evidence, okay? Because what you want to do, man, if you have to go knock her out, and I'm talking about if you legit got to knock her out, you got all the proof you need. So you won't do no jail time. I'm trying to help you, okay? You keep everything. I kept all the notes. I took photographs, because then it went from that to notes to threats to my car tires started getting slashed, okay? All of that started happening to me. So, and then, somebody threw a rock at my window. So I said that was it, okay? So now everything that a person would try to destroy, there was a camera attached to it. See, my peace of mind ain't finna go nowhere. So see, then when the second time when my car tires got slashed, okay, the video camera showed her doing it. Okay, and I had a dash cam, but I set the dash camera up to where, because when a person come to your car, the first thing they do is that they're gonna walk around the car. They're gonna walk to the front of the car, and of course, it saw her walking around my car and cutting my tires. Okay, and I repositioned one of my cameras at the window, and it showed her throwing a rock at my window because she did it again. See, women or people that do dumb stuff. They do it again when they don't get caught. They keep doing it till they get caught. I don't know why people like that. I don't know why people are so damn dumb, but that's what they do. But see, I had all this video evidence. I had all of this. I had all this video evidence. Now, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you what made it, what the worst thing. Okay, see, when the female can't get their way, when everything that she's tried has failed, and you know what? She even come to your house and try to, take her clothes off and give you some. She will. When all of that fails, okay, then she's going to get physical. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. Okay? This woman was coming home one day. She jumped out from behind the bushes. Okay? Now, she was digging in her pocket, and immediately when she dug in her pocket, I grabbed her, I took her to the ground, and I stayed on top of her. I put my arm around her neck trying to hold her down. I wasn't choking her out. But, she kept trying to dig in her pocket to grab something. And I'm like, nah, And so a neighbor called the police, and when the cop got there, luckily it was a black police officer, because had it would have been another race of police officer, I probably would have got shot, because he probably would have thought that I was attacking this woman. But No, okay. And I said, man, look, man, I don't know, she trying to dig in her pocket. She trying to get something. I said, I don't know what it is, but she been stalking me for about, 2 months. And, she done already been arrested. And, and she said, no, he assaulted me. He punched me in my face. He slammed me to the ground. So she was saying all of this. And I said, well, check her pocket. I mean, she was trying to get something out of her pocket to attack me with. And sure enough, it was a pocket knife. So she was going to stab me with a pocket knife. Like, she was literally legit going to stab me. See, you can't play with this stuff, man. You can't play. She was legit going to try to stab me. So, I peeped that out quick. I peeped it out. And she lucky, man. She lucky. She lucky that I really, 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 okay, I didn't pull out Coach Jr. She lucky I didn't, but I figured for her, I didn't need Coach Jr. to deal with her. I didn't need him. But she was going to try to stab me. Okay? She was going to stab me. And, she was saying, oh, I'll be back. I said, nah, you come back. And see, now when she said that, I said, nah, you come back, I'm going to put a bullet hole in you. And I told her straight up. I said, if you come back, I said, I'm putting you down, okay? Don't come back. Now, all the stuff that I kept, man, all the evidence, all the videos, see, I turned that over because, see, then she wanted to press charges. It was a big mess, man. She wanted to press charges and all this other stuff. But I didn't even have to go to court. I ain't have to go to court. I ain't have to do anything. My attorney handled everything. Gave him the videos. He had the police records, the knife. He had all that stuff. I didn't have to do anything. But when you got a female stalking you, see, you can't be physical. You can't use your physicality with that because that's not going to work. Okay? Because if you be physical with a female, then you're going to lose that battle. The only way you can be physical with a woman, is if she's trying to kill you. That's it. You can't get mad at her and start slapping her around because she's showing up too much. Can't do that. That's not going to work. I mean, I hear some dudes say they done moved and changed towns. And look, I wasn't doing all that. I paid too much money for where I live at, paid too much money for my house, the stuff in it. I ain't going nowhere. If anybody got to go, it was her, okay? That was my mentality. But that's number one, guy. You can't engage in fisticuffs in these women unless she's trying to kill you, because you're going to do jail time. You will. You got to keep the evidence. And two, when you got somebody stalking you, when you got a female, don't argue with them. You got to be quick, man. You got to leave the scene. Don't argue with them because anything you say, they'll use that against you. You say anything, they're going to say you threaten them. Nah, I didn't engage this one. I ain't say a whole lot. I ain't say a whole lot at all. My only thing when I saw her is that I'm trying to get away. I'm trying not to be around, or she got to go. That's it. There's nothing else. Ain't nothing else to try to, decipher. Ain't nothing else to try to figure out. No. Because the more you talk to her, the more she's going to try to damage you. And then, let me tell you something too. Be careful. Because female stalkers, they're real vindictive. And if it keep going on, if they don't succeed at hurting you, they're going to try to hurt somebody in your family. They will do it. They'll do it. And be prepared too, man, because they'll follow you. They'll follow you, man. They'll follow you everywhere. They'll camp out at your house at early points of the morning to see when you leave, and then they're going to follow you. Female stalkers, they're a bit more dangerous, and also they're much more elusive than a male stalker. A female stalker, they can stalk you for months, man. You'll never know. Be careful, man. Be careful, because also, too, and I'm going to tell you, be prepared, man. Be prepared for a surprise attack. When everything else failed, man, she's going to get physical. She is. If she stalked you enough, she's going to get physical. And women will get this mentality that if I can't have you, nobody can. And guess what she's going to try to do? More than likely, she's going to try to take you out of here. Okay? When it get to the point, man, you may have to keep your weapon. You might have to be strapped up. But you'll be well within your rights to use your weapon because she's trying to take you out of there. I hope they help you, man. I hope it help you. And you might luck up, man. I got lucky, okay? There's some things I would have done differently. Some things I would have did differently. Like, instead of holding her down, I would have tied her up. I would have tied her up to because see, the police, man, you being a black man and you want to restrain a female, most police officers, man, they gonna think you're the aggressor. And see, now that I thought about it, I should have tied her up, man. I should have tied her up, or I should have knocked on somebody's door. And also too, do this. If you're going through a problem, make sure that your neighbors, okay? Make sure that they know. Confide in one of your neighbors, man. That look, this chick crazy, because if something go down, your neighbors can also help corroborate your story. I hope that helped you, brother.